Well, good morning. This is the middle of May, and this is my peacock boxwood bonsai. What I need to do is kind of fine tune it. So let's go ahead and get started. Well, let's start at this area here. So we're just gonna start cutting off all the new growth, going back to where it should have been, right? Now, let's discuss a little bit about the difference between topiary and bonsai. Okay, in topiary, we try to get everything so that it's almost exact like the real thing. In bonsai, like this peacock, will suggest it could be a peacock, but not necessarily to scale. One thing obvious, this one has no body. We have the peacock feathers when they're trying to attract the females, and we have the head, but actually no body. Yet, when you look at this, it reminds you of a peacock. So that's the difference between a bonsai approach and actual topiary. So this is going to be the head. You see this string here? It was meant to hold this down. Well, before it could do damage, it rotted. That's why I used the jute. There's two kinds of jute too. There's a treated and untreated. I get the untreated so that it will fall apart before it can do the damage. And it's very flat. Let me give you a little story behind how this became such a kind of a novel idea. Okay, I have a group of people that has been meeting with me for a number of years. And the oldest members are Art and Mark. They started learning from me almost as soon as I was open for business. Anyway, that was like 31 years ago. And about 4 or 5 years into our process, Art said that he is redoing his deck, and there's going to be a bunch of boxwood that will come out. So we went there as a group. At that time, I think it was only 4 or 5 of us, a very small group. Anyway, we're digging out these, and I didn't want any more boxwoods because I had plenty. But this one here, you could sort of visualize, right? See how flat it is? It was shoved against the building, so it went up flat. And at the time, I saw no future in it as a traditional bonsai. It's too flat. So I decided, well, heck, I'll take this one because it looked like a challenge, which it has been. Took a while before I finally decided it was a potential peacock. At one point, I was making this as a ping pong paddle and a ball. So this used to be really circular, but what I found was you cannot get it to grow down here because of the shade, right? So it was almost an impossible situation. And I thought, boy, you know, with a ping pong ball, it's kind of funny this way. But so I gave that up. And then so now I had the choice of maybe making it into a peacock or a turkey. I have both of them that hang out here. A lot more turkey than peacock, but I thought status-wise, peacock is a little bit better, so I decided this will be peacock rather than a turkey. Well, the other day I was thinking, I know what the peacock looks like when they spread their seasonal tail. That's when it's most impressive. But I was thinking, how am I supposed to do this head? And so, I was thinking about that. And one day, on top of my roof, this is like a 4-car garage, and then on top of the roof, there's this peacock. I think he was waiting for females to come. So he was there for actually a fairly long time. And as you can see, I got a shot of him, and especially the head. So basically, we gotta be working on this little thingamajiggy he has on his head. And I think it needs to be more slender. So that's what I was gonna do today, was to make this a little slender and make this little thing a little more prominent. Anyway, that peacock was up there for a while. But he would not spread his feathers because there was no females. I think he was up there looking in all directions, and he never did see anything. So unfortunately, we didn't see that part. But in other occasions, I did see where they did spread the wing, but I never had a really close-up of the head. So you can see that I do have these shots now, and now it helped me to make a little better looking head. So it's slender, and then this little thing up on top. Oh, it's been a while, but one day a family full of minivans came by. And one of the first questions was, where's that peacock? So I'm pretty sure that they're my YouTube followers, because I don't think I've ever posted this or shown this anybody except on YouTube. Okay, now there's been some questions about where I am, right? I'm in Northern California, a little town called Newcastle, but actually I'm not even in the town of Newcastle, which is very small, but I'm in the rural part. And if you need to find me, look for Bonsai Nursery in Northern California. You'll find me that way, or look for Matsuda Bonsai Nursery, and then you could find me that way. And question I had the other day was, do I have any feminas for sale? And I said, yes, I do, but like I said, I don't really reply to any comments, because if I start doing that, I would have to be answering so many questions. So I try to do it as I make these videos. So I think I'm getting close to the end. I'm thinking maybe I need to make it so that it doesn't get too much bigger. It's one heavy. Those of you interested in ceramic pots or bonsai pots, this one has an interesting finish. It's called a pine bark finish. So it has this irregular relief. It was one of my favorite type of pots. I imported this in the mid-1970s, and this is one of the leftovers. Anyway, it's from the town of Shigaraki. It's not a major bonsai pot producing town, but they have some of these kind of unique, larger containers. Yeah, they have some really large things. Well, the soil is such that they could make very, very large things. There were some pictures of me with some very large tanuki. And because of the clay they have, they could get this big. So I'll go ahead and wrap this up. So this is the peacock style. You know, the peahens, the female, they're not very showy, but the peacock with the male will not produce this feather opening unless there are females and they're trying to impress. Anyway, so this is Hiro saying goodbye. I'll see you again real soon in another chapter. So this was the peacock style of boxwood. It's not a topiary, but a bonsai approach, which it suggests that it could be a peacock. And it cannot be truly a topiary because it has no body.